Not sure what happened to the video. We'll post these, I guess, as two separate videos. I was in the middle of a sentence when the first video was interrupted. But we were talking about the discovery of a 10,000-year-old pot, not pot, a woven basket that was discovered in the Holy Land, and so how could it be 10,000 years old? And the second, I mentioned the gap theory. Watch the first video, and then I mentioned the theory of the what the first Yisrael brings of the Indian of the Yovelus, of the Jubilees, that there were creations before this creation. I was getting to that, and again, there's problems with it, with the halachas of the Birkas Hachama. But the point that I'm bringing out here is a different approach, because we can mistarpnis from the kasha. You don't die from a question. So just because we have a question doesn't mean we throw away our whole religion. The point that I want to bring out, though, is a different approach, which again is not pshat. I learned today Gemara in the Avodah Zarah Daf Tes that talks of Tanav Eliyahu. There's a teaching for the house of Elijah that the world would exist for 6,000 years, 2,000 years of tohu, of emptiness and void, 2,000 years of Torah, and 2,000 years Yemei Mashiach. But because of our sins, we lost out on the Yemei Mashiach, and we're still waiting for Mashiach to come. So the essential concept, so essentially what we're saying here, though, is that it's not a contradiction that that a human civilization, even, or a humanoid civilization, existed before Adam, and even existed by how we would measure time for thousands of years. And obviously we know that there's a lot of evidence for very advanced civilizations existing in the in the world before Adam, in the ancient world, that there were these advanced civilizations that there was the even in more recent antiquity, that the ancient Egyptians and the ancient Babylonians had advanced forms of technology, but in the earlier antiquity, in prehistoric times, that there may have existed very highly advanced technological societies, which, again, even according to some of our traditional texts, would include pre-Adamic civilizations. That were highly advanced civilizations that existed before Adam. And there also seems to be indication that there were both reptilian humanoid civilizations that were pre-Adamic, and also more similar to us, the mammalian pre-Adamic civilizations. I know Rabbi Ariel Bar Tzadok talks more about these things, but we have the Tiferes Yisrael brings from the Al-Pi Kabbalah, he talks about when the scientists discovered the first dinosaurs that were classified by science in England, the Megalosaurus and the Iguanodon. And he mentions those two by name. I believe that was before Sir Richard Owen coined the term Dinosauria. And again, I'm a little woozy from the vaccine today. I don't feel sick. I don't even have a headache or anything. Probably tomorrow my arm will hurt, but I'm feeling a little different, a little off. So that's not even the point that I'm bringing up here, really, about the Tiferes Yisrael. That he says that essentially that the era in which the dinosaurs lived in predated the current creation, meaning God made a new creation apparently 6,000 years ago and destroyed those worlds that existed before. And there's different interpretations of that, whether it's spiritual or physical, that God created worlds and destroyed worlds before this current Yovel, this current creation. But that's an understanding, is that there were worlds that were completely destroyed, which to me answers the scientific question of how did these I know the scientists make a claim like this, that they have direct tree of life, right, from Cambrian explosion to today, and that the ancestors of all these different creatures can be found. I saw such a thing once, painted a family tree of all the species, but the truth is the fossil record does not bear that out. It's a lot of wishful thinking in that, and I always was uncomfortable as a child who loved dinosaurs with the theory that a cataclysm from outer space led to the extinction of the dinosaurs, and that drew me more to the Reverend Dr. Robert Bacher's approach to paleontology, where he essentially said that it was other things, pandemics and things that caused the extinction of dinosaurs, and not a cataclysm from outer space. However, the scientific evidence points to, it's almost for sure that, at the KT point and that stratum in the geology and in the Yucatan Peninsula area, there was an impact that killed, wiped out, I guess, 50% of the, maybe 75% of the species on Earth, and that there was a worse event, the Permian extinction, the Great Dying, where 90% of the species went extinct. But the question that I had was, the description of some kind of a nuclear winter, right, being caused by this, that basically caused all the plant life to die, and then caused all the animal life to die. If all the plant life died and all the animal life died, then everything's gone. But we don't see that. We see that, I guess, certain species continued after that point. Mammals and birds and other reptiles. I mean, the crocodilians are a good question. How did they survive when all the other archosaurs that were non-avian dinosaurs went extinct? But in any event, to me, it now, with a religious perspective instead of a naturalist perspective, that God made a new creation after these extinction events. And so there was an injection of information into the world that there was a new creation. But anyway, that's not the point that I want to bring up here. So when we talk about the world being 5,000 years old, 6,000 years old, almost 6,000, 5781, and we talk about another idea, is that if the people didn't learn Torah, the world would stop existing. And even the famous story, which I doubt is authentic, but it's a nice story, could be authentic, but it would be very learned priest there, was that I guess the bishop asked Rabbi Yonasan Eibeshitz, if your Talmud teaches that if the people didn't learn Torah, then the world would stop existing. So how does the world exist on Nittelnacht? And Rabbi Yonasan, the Rebbe Rabbi Yonasan said it's Minhag Yisrael Torah, meaning that the potential Torah is valuable. We talk about how creation was waiting, Yom HaShishi was waiting for Torah, and that's the message that I'm bringing out here, is that until we got Torah, we don't have a world. And without Torah, the world doesn't exist, and so even if the world physically, a klipa of the world existed, that there was a physical world, but its existence was meaningless without Torah. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean our religion. It means meaning in life. Without meaning, there's no world. And that's what it also means in our lives. You have to imbue and inject your life with meaning. And that's what spirituality is what's meaningful in life. That is the message that I wanted to bring out. I don't think it's very clear, but it's because of my mental state right now, because of the vaccine. It's funny. I was thinking, I was like, I wouldn't mind if I would die from this vaccine, just to show how stupid it is, but I had to take it. I didn't have to take it, but I wanted to take it, and I willingly took it. but but I have too much to live for. I have family, I have a good job, I have my friends here on YouTube. We learn together, so I don't want to die. But it would, you know. So thank you. Oh, thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. Maybe I should move up a little bit more. I'm gonna get gas. I'm almost home. All right. God bless you, friends. Be well. And press the bell button if you want more videos that are better than this one. Thank you. The message is important, but I have to express it better. But I'll upload it anyway. Why not? Doesn't hurt. Thank you.